Serafina and I were at a entrepreneurial book club where Stephanie never read the right book, and
Stephanie was terrible at this book club.
I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
Proud of it. Welcome, everyone.
Good morning, boys and girls. How are you?
Another round of proms and another round of graduates over the weekend I saw on social media.
Oh, yeah.
This is kind of my favorite time of year. It's like the ending of a lot of things.
Right, and the kids are all dressed up and smiley.
Right?
And,
You get to see everybody at their best, and I
Right.
think it's cute.
yes. And then you wait a couple of weeks and you'll see them at their worst.
We're not there yet.
Yes. So big time congratulations. You must be wicked proud of yourself for the farmers market.
I wouldn't say that I'm just proud of myself. I'm just really happy that it went off and everybody seemed to enjoy it. That really, I don't think I ever get to that level of, wow, that was a good thing. It's like on to the next.
Oh, all right.
I know I need to like sit and just
Yes. Savor it.
enjoy the moment. But if you were in attendance at the Mashpee Farmers Market for our first one, you know. And I'm so glad that it ended up being the way it was because it was wild. It was bananas at one point. And a lot of our vendors, especially our food vendors, completely sold out. I think everybody was taken aback by the amount of just sheer excitement
Yes.
to have fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, and just artisans. People that are amazing. We had scones, we had baked goods, we had shaved ice. It was really just the perfect day weather-wise, too.
Yeah, it was.
So
Working
I'm
really
like,
well.
oh my gosh, thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
And
No.
we just had a great, and even the snafus, I was like, oh well, we were supposed to have a food truck there. No word on the food truck. Hope you're okay out there. I'm not going to throw you under the bus because it's not your fault. If it was in fact an emergency, hopefully you'll be with us for the rest of them. But it ended up getting all the other baked goods and our confetti waffles.
Yes.
People were loving them, and she does hearty confetti waffles.
Yes, I saw that.
So she did gluten-free. It was potato waffles with bacon and chives and whatever. So it was kind of like I don't even know, like a homemade hash brown.
Mm-hmm.
And she completely sold out.
Oh, yeah, everybody did. It was good. And if people had stuff left, they had very little left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you came at 2:00, please come back next time earlier and see what it's all about, because we are just going to be adding, as produce starts to grow, more and more to this group of already fabulous people that are super excited to have this in Mashpee.
I was telling you that there was an older woman who walked up to me at some point, and I wasn't wearing anything official at all, and said, "I thought this was a farmer's market." And I went, "Well, yes, it is. I don't see any vegetable." Well, started at 11 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock.
Right?
It looks like those people might have a couple of things left, and those people over there might have a couple of things left.
Yeah. Cape and Islands Produce had 2 pineapples left, and she just had a big smile on her face.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'll see you next week.
Right. Oh, she had a couple of heirloom tomatoes left that we bought. And we had them with our lunch or dinner. They were fabulous.
Oh, good.
My God.
I'm so glad. It's nice to have fresh produce. I'll tell you what, I had a trip at the grocery store over the weekend just out of sheer necessity. And I was like, half of it was rotten. I was just so irritated.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for this. Lauren, thank you so much. The kids, she worked overtime. I think she was there until 4:00. Then as I'm cleaning up and I like tore a groin muscle, I'm like a hot mess right now. Physically, we got it done. However, not in great shape at this moment in time. And Lauren was just sitting in the grass and taking in the moment because it was really just such a beautiful day. But it made me so joyful to see kids and parents and dogs and people just being out enjoying the sun.
Yes.
It was really, really nice. It just made my heart warm.
Right.
So
Oh, yeah.
hopefully we'll get beautiful sunshiny Sundays from here on in. We deserve it.
Right. And the people from 10:30 Mass apparently got to jump on everybody.
They did. They came right on over and they loved it. Shout out to Shine Coffee. She was slinging coffee and we had an amazing day. So we'll love to see you out. Eva, good morning to you. Good morning, Miss Megan. Lauren, you were there? You didn't come play bubbles?
No, I didn't.
Good morning, Pam. And
I will. I will next time. Okay?
Yeah, right. You
Okay.
need to.
Yes.
Good morning, Cammie. Mari said, "Good morning. Well done, Steph, on the farmers market. I appreciate you so much." It was a fun-filled day, and then I had to leave. It was a wild day for me because I went over to the National Cemetery in the middle of
completely
it.
different vibe.
Yep. Yes.
But it's nice that you do that.
But it was kind of a little bit of a snafu. The director that runs things over there had given notice and retired.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just kind of rolling with the punches, and like they had printed the program while poor Barbara was on vacation.
Uh-huh.
And Barbara came back and she's like, "Nope, that's wrong, and that's not going to be there, and you got to this." And so I've got this like little roadmap on my program as to how this is going to flow. And Ginny Ledoux, who I absolutely love, she's been volunteering at the VA since 1967, and she is the secretary of the Committee of VA Affairs.
Mm-hmm.
But she forgot her hearing aids.
Oh, gee.
And she's like, it was actually just comedy. It was pure comedy injected into a very usually solemn, somber moment. So and the wind was crazy. It kept kicking up, knocking over all of the wreaths. I mean, it really was.
Who was the guest speaker? Because Mariana still talks about the guest speaker from last year.
Oh, okay.
Who was
This year? Her name was Svetlana Sevchenko, and she worked with also the Russian military, Ukraine, but the same sort of job, the forensics of identifying our missing soldiers.
Right. And every time we go to, because my dad and mom are there, and my father-in-law is there, and other people, every time we go, apparently, I put down somewhere in my phone in some note the grave sites that woman referred to last year. And every time we go, Mariana says, "Can we go visit those other grave sites?" And I can't quite seem to find it, but I've got to crawl into my phone and really find it.
Yeah,
so she keeps asking, and which I think is really interesting. She was 11 last year, and she was fascinated by this woman, talking about the DNA and the research and the investigation, and yeah, she was good.
It's an amazing job that they do. I guess there were 5 more that they identified this year from this area, Boston, Worcester, a couple more that she went into detail about how they reclassified them. And she hopes to close at least 20 more, she said, by the end of the year. They think that they're close to.
That's great.
Yeah, finding these soldiers' identity and at least giving their family the notification that, yes, they've been identified. Here are the remains that we have left, and inter them into a space that is, belonging to them,
right?
Notifying them. So, I mean, I can't imagine just not knowing of where and when. And a lot has been dug up in Italy lately, I guess, is where they were focused on this year.
Oh, really?
Some pits of people.
Ooh.
I know, awful, right?
Wow.
So I'm just sitting there listening to it. I'm like, oh, ooh.
Wow. Well, you have to be a special kind of person to do that kind of work anyway.
Yeah. So it ended up being a really beautiful day. But the pollen right now, outrageous levels.
I'm going through puberty again. for like the 5th time.
It just like you could see the yellow. It was like a yellow hue over everything.
Oh, yesterday doing my show on Lemonade, I just gave up. It was like, oh well, I'm gonna sound like I'm 12 because my voice is going whatever. Right. There's nothing I can do about it.
Embrace the wheeze, everybody. This is what I've got.
Yeah, just embrace it. Nothing I can do.
I was talking to Julia from Knockabout, who is also one of our friends and partners over at the Enterprise. Shout out to the Enterprise. Today is National Hamburger Day, and they're doing the hamburger brackets. So you can vote for your favorite restaurant. And we've got 2 of our partners in there right now. Shipwrecked, who does an amazing job with their burger, and also, which I'll be there tonight. Trivia, by the way, is moving till 7:30 to 9 for the last night. And then our other burger person is Sandwich Taverna. And I will be there tomorrow night for a little bit of trivia. So 2 of those burger brackets, check them out. Yeah. Fix our lemonade sign. Thanks, Jane.
Fell here. There we go.
Yeah, it's fine.
No.
Don't futz with it.
No, and I won't.
So shout out over there to our Enterprise partner. But Julia also works at Knockabout. And she's like, if you're going to work the Container Bar, start taking your Claritin a week in advance, please. It's the only way you're going to survive.
It's bad. And you would think after all the rain, the rain would have knocked it down. but the rain hasn't, which I guess goes to show how much pollen there is out there.
Yeah, it's insane. Good morning, Miss Emily. She said, good morning, lovely people. I worked on my hydrangea for an hour on Sunday and I was covered in pollen. I had to hide in the house afterwards.
Mhm.
So much for breathing. Yes.
It's underrated.
Oh, RTB, you would have laughed because I'm cleaning up afterwards and I'm putting the 10 by 10 tent back in its sleeve and it was just like a plume of yellow. I'm like, gross. I'm still wiping off all of my equipment, but it was a good day. We'll take from it what we will, and we will see you this week. We've got Matt Levesque, who is going to be entertaining us. Different kind of entertainment every single time, and we've got some specialty weeks that are coming up. Mariana's going to start on the 23rd when the kids get out of school, and that's our first Power of Produce program, where you can come and the kids get a little token. We haven't seen the tokens yet. Hopefully those arrive this week. Everything's been slow, steady march on in. I got all my equipment. The cups arrived on Friday. It's been a frantic frenzy of new additions to the market, but every single week it's going to grow. And I believe we've got our first scallop pickup this weekend.
Oh.
I've been dying for midnight hour scallops since last summer, the end of last summer. So I'm pumped for it. And especially their chopped clams because I love their chowder.
Mm-hmm.
And I love making clam cakes and stuffies from their already chopped clams. It just makes my job a little easier.
Yep. Oh, love the scallops. Love the scallops.
And it stretches a budget. You can get 2 pounds of fresh clams, I think, for like $12. It's delicious.
Oh, yeah.
And they're fresh. Good morning, Amina. I think she sold out of pickles by 12:30.
Oh, yeah.
Just sold out.
Because by the time Mari got there and we went over to start to talk to them, they'd be like another.
Like we got nothing left.
Nothing. We got nothing.
Good morning, Lynn. You look like you had a great weekend. Our question of the day, if you had a billboard, what would you put on it? I said, send money to graduates. This one's killing me right now. She needs to start working. This week is all senior activities.
Oh, all right.
So today they're going over to Camp Farley.
Oh, okay.
They're doing a graduation rehearsal this morning.
Okay.
And then they're having an overnight at Camp Farley.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so they'll have like little fire pits and have dinner together.
Very nice.
I know. It's like a little camping trip.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Miss Jackie. We missed you. Yeah, we're always, this weekend, actually, we have the farmer's market and the maker's market going on simultaneously. So we've got baby makers over at the brewery. And then we've got our full-on farmer's market that is happening.
Two things at the same time?
2 things at the same time.
Wow, the empire's expanding.
Well, you know, we're out and about. The maker's market that is over at Knockabout is for new people that really haven't done this before.
Okay.
You know, so it's at a lower price point so they can roll the dice on $25 to show off their stuff.
Okay.
Where
And you'll be in both places?
I'll be bopping back and forth.
All right.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a busy weekend for everybody.
That's good.
Well, that's why we've got Emily, who is our right-hand lady, making sure everything runs smoothly. And you should have seen us yesterday trying to figure out the batching of the new POS system.
Mm-hmm.
What's missing? What did we do wrong? This is a learning space, so please go with grace with us because we're all learning together. It's our first one. It made it look fabulous from the outside, but inside I was dying. Mm-hmm. So
most important thing is that it looks fabulous on the outside.
That's it. We had so many people visiting us over the weekend. It was real people-y out there.
Yeah.
I went to drive the J1s to Duncan yesterday, and there was traffic on 151 backed up all the way to the bridge.
Oh, it was crazy. We had to
leaving the Cape.
We had to take Mariana down to Hyannis yesterday afternoon to see Matthew. And they're just friends, whatever. And just the traffic coming was nuts.
Mm-hmm. Insane. I have not seen it at that level since last summer. So it's here.
Right.
They're here.
But then you read about how everyone's saying, oh, no one's coming to the Cape anymore. And then you can't get off the Cape because of the dang traffic.
Yeah.
So I don't know who isn't not coming.
I don't know. But Jenny, you were right. I need a solo camping trip. That sounds great. I would take that in a minute. Good morning, Liz. Thank you so much for all your help. Backed up to the Otis Rotary. Oh, yeah. 151. It was a parking lot. So.
Oh, yeah. And
be prepared.
And then people coming around where we are trying to sneak onto the highway.
Yeah.
And it just backs up because, there's no room, and these streets aren't meant for the kind of traffic that they're handling now.
No.
But it's the curse of the GPS that people are finding all
You
these
shouldn't
little.
be here. You don't know about us. Emily said it was backed up yesterday on 6, all the way to 6. She's like, well, I'm coming to your house back roads, so
Right.
it's going to take me a little
Yeah.
longer.
Right.
We had some drama over the weekend. Real Cape Cod crazy crime.
Wow, did we ever?
What the hell was that?
Those
Stabbings and
right,
blown up cars and people sailing over the banana rotary in Sandwich.
right. Maybe a murder in Connecticut is how this started.
Okay.
Then stabbings at a movie theater in Braintree, where the mother of one of the girls who was stabbed is claiming now that her daughter went out and said, "Oh my God, we've been stabbed," and the staff ignored them, and they had to call police themselves. So there'll be more about that, and then stabbings at the McDonald's on the highway.
What the hell?
Now, we have a very good friend, someone we work with, Tanya. She was just going home, and all of a sudden she had to pull over because the suspect was tearing down the road with all the cruisers behind. And she doesn't live she lives in the neighborhood of the Banana Rotary. And she just barely, I guess, get out of the way in time.
Yeah, from what I heard, eyewitness reports saying they just sailed over the middle of the rotary.
Right.
Driving.
Right. He didn't know. Well, see, that rotary kind of pops out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect to find a rotary there.
Well, yeah, and when you're trying to run away from the police, I guess you just dukes a hazard over that rotary.
Right.
Good God.
Right. Wearing the blonde wig, apparently.
What?
Yeah, this guy's going to be an interesting story.
Well, whenever I saw that he crashed the car, it blew up. It was literally on fire, and then they took him and just walked away from it.
Yeah. And then Tanya's daughter, Jess, came through a little bit, not all that much long later, and they were at least getting a little traffic through, and the car was in flames. And she was distraught.
Right.
Because she didn't know what had
I'm
happened.
sitting there on Cape Cod incidents. I'm like, I need more here. Give us more.
Right.
If you're ever looking for something, that's where you go.
If you go over to the Banana Rotary, not that I'm encouraging anybody to do this, yesterday there was a traffic cone where it looks like he went into the woods there. That they've got it marked, and it was still needing a little cleanup over
Crime
there.
scene reenactments.
I know it.
Liz said it took all day to get home on 1:30. Yeah, it was not good yesterday. Lots of people out and about. No, thank you.
Yep.
Too people-y. I'll stay here. So we had our crazy crime. Celtics won last night.
Yes. Last second shot. They are now heading to the NBA Finals. They don't play again till I think it's a week from Thursday because the other series isn't decided. So not going to start till a week from Thursday. And then it's going to be on Thursday. The next game's going to be on Sunday, and then they're just going to stretch this thing out.
Of course.
Jump up the ratings, and
that's it.
Yeah.
More time for people to buy merch. More time for people to do all the things that you do when you support the team.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think it's funny. The game is no sooner over, and they're ripping off their shirts and putting on the t-shirts and the hat.
Absolutely.
And you could just hear the at the NBA website or the merch website, bing, 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 bing. Making money. We're making money. We're making money.
Exactly.
And then Bill Walton died.
I know.
What a shock that was. He was only 71, boys and girls. And
he was an interesting character.
He went to at least 1,000 Grateful Dead shows. Those of you who remember Bill Walton, he was a huge Deadhead. And he went to 1,000.
I didn't know that.
Grateful Dead shows, yeah.
Not that I was doing a deep dive into fun facts about Bill Walton, but
right.
I wouldn't connect the hippy-dippy.
Oh, look for pictures of him.
I mean, yeah?
Oh, the tie-dye t-shirts and everything.
All right.
Oh, yeah, he was into it. And no one really, couldn't say no one really knew he was sick, but it was not publicly reported that he was sick. So I think it caught some people by surprise anyway. And then you have the golfer Grayson Murray, who took his own life on Saturday.
Awful.
he wasn't playing all that well. He withdrew on Friday, citing some kind of an illness, and Saturday by Saturday they realized he was gone, and the golfer who was playing with him on Thursday and Friday, they interviewed him on Golf Channel or ESPN or somewhere, and the poor guy just sat there and cried.
It's sad.
Through the
If you're in trouble or you need help, 988, please.
Right.
But
there is help available. You know what was good though? His parents issued a statement that revealed whatever, that he took his own life. Which, lots of times people don't do that. And we joked here before we went on the air, and I'm sure we all notice it. When you see something, when you see an obituary like that, you're all of a sudden reading about it, and they're smiling up the room, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's sometimes a clue, because the family is trying to cover something up that, gee gosh, oh golly, well, maybe you shouldn't.
Well, that's it. It's 2024. We're breaking those stigmas and actually having the conversation that we need to have about mental health. And it's good. We have it here often. When we were having that conversation a few weekends ago when I was at the suicide awareness walk. It's one of those things where we have to talk about it.
Right.
You can't just shove it under a rug anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk. Once again, if you need help, 988. There is help available for you. We're here for you.
Because everybody has something to live for somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Even if it's your cat or your dog, you have something to live for.
And then conversely, you've got Richard Sherman, who passed away over the weekend, 95 years old. He was the founder of Mary Poppins and that wretched song at Disney, It's a Small World After All.
Do you know that was my father's favorite ride and my father's favorite song at
Disney World. It was terrible.
And we never understood. We'd say, Papa, what?
I'm not waiting in line for that ride. It's freaky.
He had to go on it all the time, and he loved it, and we had no idea why.
The creepy little singing dolls in a boatyard. It's just very weird.
I don't know. That was I don't know. Just one of those things. I don't know if he liked the tune or whatever, because my dad could sing, so maybe he liked the song or whatever. But yeah, it was like we just don't get this.
Yeah, and Jenny said it, and it's okay to say I'm not okay. It's okay not to be okay. Absolutely.
Yep.
Lynn, next time take the Cape Cod catapult. They promise to get you there safely.
Or of course get a sticker for the Cape Cod Canal.
That's it. The tunnel.
Right, the tunnel, the Cape Cod Tunnel. Canal, so I got it.
You too can hop in the tunnel.
Right. I wonder how many of those stickers or whatever I actually sold to people who may think
that it's around there somewhere. I'm on the inside joke. Listen, I crossed that bridge twice this weekend like a psycho. I haven't been over the bridge in months. My son had to go take his lifeguard test. He passed. He's all good.
Yay.
He was like, Mom, I was the youngest person in there. My aunt packed him lunches every day, put little notes inside there.
Aww.
I know, it was so cute. He hung out with my aunt and uncle all weekend long. I thought it was adorable.
Oh, that's great.
And Auntie got me this new shirt. He got his new little Celtics shirt on. He was super excited, but he said it was all buff college kids.
Oh, all right.
He goes, I was still stronger than them, but don't worry about it.
Cool, because he's a football player.
But he's still like a baby. He's only a freshman this year. He's still got like that baby fat. You know what I mean? It's like, and then he's in there with all these like bros and what college they're going to and their 6-pack abs. Cody goes, I don't know. They made me save this girl and I definitely didn't do it right, but I just bodied her on the water. She was fine. It's my boy.
Hey, the goal is to save him, however you do it.
But I timed it right. So we went over the bridge probably about 6 o'clock on Friday. And then as we're leaving, I'm like, we're never coming home. It was like 75 mile back up. But I waited until like 9 o'clock and we cruised right over the bridge. Not a problem.
Yeah.
You know, we grabbed something to eat and came home. Mm-hmm. And then the same thing for Sunday, right after our farmer's market, we scooted off the Cape at about 5 p.m.
And it wasn't bad.
And it wasn't bad at all. And we got right back on. Not a problem. It was Monday. That was crazy. So everybody waited and they were like, and it was lunchtime too. I think everyone was like, oh, it's going to be junky today. We'll just leave.
Right.
Said everyone at the same time.
They were saying on the Boston media, don't leave till after 7. Wait.
Whatever that's about.
I suspect if it was a good beach day, people may have stayed longer.
Totally.
It wasn't a good
No.
Wasn't a good beach day.
Pack it up. Let's go.
Yeah. when we can't sit at the beach, and that's one thing we never understood when we vacationed down here years ago, and even living here now. Why leave if it's a great beach day? Why are you going home?
Yeah.
You know, it Sunday, just stay, go to the beach, whatever. You're going to get caught in traffic anyway. Would you rather be caught in traffic pissing and moaning, or would you rather be, sitting on the beach having a cold one?
Lemonade, of course.
Lemonade,
Only
of course.
lemonade.
Yes, a very cold, ice cold, flavorful.
Good
lemonade.
morning, Bryce. Good morning, Mark. You only get stuck in Cape traffic one time, then never again. Hey, lady. Seriously. Well, we had some more drama in the town of Sandwich over the weekend. Tell your harbor master story.
Oh my gosh. This was in the Sandwich Police blog, which we always call attention to when we're together on
You got to go to the Pilot House. I feel like that's an almost summer situation.
Yeah, we got to go to the Pilot House. Went there about 2:00, so it wasn't all that crowded.
Mm-hmm.
But it started to fill up on the outside, and then inside Whiskey Princess was playing
Oh, all
later
right.
on in the evening. So the place was, I can't imagine what it was like by 6:00. But one of the stories in the Sandwich Police blog this week is the story about a gentleman who went to park his vehicle in the marina, and this other man said to him, "Look, don't park your car over your vehicle over there. You're gonna get you're gonna get a nail in your tire." Well, the driver thought the person was threatening him. The person who was telling him not to park there because he'd get a nail in his tire.
I think that this is important, though. It's kind of like when you get a text message and you decide the tone of what that person is saying, which I, kind of fell privy to yesterday. But yeah, don't park there or get a nail in your tire. Like, I'm going to put it there. Or don't park over there. You're going to get a nail in your tire.
At any rate, the person cautioning the person about the nail in the tire was in fact a harbor master. And where this guy was parking his trailer or his car or whatever, there were nails, and it hadn't been cleaned up yet.
It was actual warning, not a threat.
Yes, it was a warning. Hey, buddy, don't park over there. You're going to get a nail in the tire. So we saw the harbor master at Pilot House, and I said something to him, and he just rolled his eyes. Like, oh. I can't imagine the stuff that the harbor master must put up with.
Well, that's only the beginning of the
With
season.
people in their boats.
Let's just start the season off right with drama. That's how we got to go, right?
Right.
You're in for it, buddy.
Right. And then if you have it there, there's another entry in the Sandwich Police blog this week about them giving an older gentleman a ride to the dispensary because he was walking. And they noted, they thought it was kind of ironic that they were driving people to go buy pot. But
there you go. It's a different world out there right now.
Right.
You need a ride over there, buddy? All right. We'll take care of you. Oh, and Lynn said the catapult photo is from the Bourne Police Department. Yep,
yes.
Take the catapults.
The Bourne Police Department, they're slacking. They used to do funny stuff. And
they're letting Sandwich have their time right now.
They don't do it anymore. Maybe the person who used to do it in Bourne now works in Sandwich. Maybe that's it.
Maybe. Or maybe we have more than one clever police writer.
Maybe we do. I don't know. But Bourne, come on. We're counting on you. We need more material.
Yeah, right. Oh, mortgage rates have dropped.
Yes.
Third week in a row, I saw.
Yep.
I don't know what that means for you, but if you're thinking about getting a mortgage, it might be time to start looking.
If you're thinking about buying, folks, seriously, I don't even know what to say anymore. There are lots of buyers out there. If you're thinking about selling, I don't know what you're waiting for. We had an open house this weekend at a home, a 9-room home, 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths on 0.69 acres. And there was one woman living there.
That makes me sad a little. She must be lonely.
She was the widow, and the husband was gone, and the kids were gone, and the kids finally
That's so sad.
convinced her that it was kind of time to sell the house, and she's going to move. They're building an in-law apartment for her, which is very nice. But that's the kind of thing we've been talking about. The people who are in the big homes all alone, they can't use them, they can't take care of them. They've got to move out, and the people in the 1 bedroom, 2 bath, 4 kids, Oh,
I know it
oh,
logistically makes sense, but
Yes.
I mean, that's going to be hard. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Think about being of a certain age and like this is all your memories.
oh, yeah,
It's
and-
got to be really difficult to just be like, yeah, I know I need to do that, but
it's hard.
yeah.
And she apparently was the recipient of all the family furniture, all the heirlooms,
Oh,
and she has antiques and stuff,
yeah.
and lovely furniture. Not that people these days aren't interested in that kind of furniture, but
Yeah.
it's going to be hard, and she can't take it all with her. That's for sure.
We're not an antique people. We're not a collector people. And I think it was just kind of when we had a house fire and kind of lost everything that we separated our thing from our stuff. You know what I mean? So now I just view it as stuff and not the actual memory of the things. And I mean, it doesn't take a traumatic event to do that for everybody, but that traumatic event helped me part with being okay with saying it's fine. I can't imagine what it's like to have all of that stuff for so long. And there's nowhere for it. There's nowhere to go with it. There's no purpose for it in your life anymore.
No.
And that's got to be sad. Like that's another sad losing things. You know what I mean? She doesn't have her people. Now she's losing her stuff.
No, she's losing her stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And in the house, all kinds of memories. The pool in the backyard. I mean, the place is just lovely. And I can imagine the memories she has.
Well, she's got to take heart in the fact that somebody else can enjoy that. Another new family.
New family.
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect for, young families. Those of us who are older and we've raised kids. We know we don't want to have our bedroom on the same floor as the kids. But young families haven't learned that yet.
Yeah.
So there are any number of young families looking for like 3 bedrooms all on the second floor. So we can all be together.
Yeah, Bryce, you bring up a really good point. She's like, I'll go live with her. It's one of them. That's where my daughter is right now. She found a great affordable place. It's a house share with an elderly woman. She's 82. She wants to keep this beautiful house.
Really?
She's in downtown San Diego.
There you
She's,
go.
The lemon tree in the front yard. And she's got like 4 20-somethings, all like artists and, not hugely paying jobs at this point, but all starting their lives in this shared home. And it's so working for all of them.
I bet she's a cool lady.
Yeah. I mean, I think that that's a great way. Check on your elderly, everybody. Maybe this might be a way for them to keep, their space and also help with the housing crisis, for crying out loud.
Right.
It's another avenue of things.
By the way, talking about checking on your, oh God. We'll get to that in a minute. But in terms of checking on your elderly, how many times do we see in the police blog that they, that they've been asked to go check on an older relative because someone has been calling?
Yeah.
And the older relative just says, I don't want to talk to him.
I'm busy.
I didn't want to pick up the phone. I'm busy.
I don't like them anymore. Make them stop.
All right. All right.
You getting yourself mentally prepared?
I'm girding myself for what's next.
You know what? I scarred Hank a little bit this morning. Mari, if you're still watching, I apologize for making your husband look at another woman, but
No.
he asked for her and I showed him. There was a story in our stack of stuff this morning that was a sexy 72-year-old woman is of the top 1% earners on OnlyFans.
No.
72.
No. Just no.
Michelle Hardenbrook explained on the Soft White Underbelly podcast that she got into this type of work after being made redundant from her secretarial job in her 50s. She recalled someone I knew suggested that I do full body sensuous massages. And she said, well, gosh, that sounds nice. I want to share. Freak, yeah. Hold on. I want to.
Oh, God, please.
I feel as if we can share our screen. And I want to show.
I can't even look.
There she is, everybody.
I can't even look.
There's Michelle. I think she looks damn good for 72. I don't know what a 72-year-old lady's supposed to look like, but
People go on OnlyFans and pay money.
Yeah.
To look at her.
Right?
I mean, God bless her. She's 72. She's alive. She's proud of herself. But I can't even look at her.
There she is. All right, I took her down.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness.
I took her down. You don't have to look at her anymore.
Oh.
Hey, everybody's got to make their money regardless of their age. And if she's finding people to open up their wallets, then kudos to you, girl. Make your own market. That's entrepreneurship right there in your 70s.
I guess.
By the way, her face has like no wrinkles. She looks pretty good up there. I don't.
Just can't.
Go, girl.
Just can't.
Gloria eyes. I love Tuesday news. Right?
Oh, I'm sure she's a lovely. I guess she's a lovely woman. I don't know, but there are some things when you get to a certain age, you just shouldn't do anymore.
Well, I disagree.
You know?
I feel like if it's working for you, which it clearly is, she's got somebody that's interested. There's somebody for everybody. There's a place for you.
Just like guys my age shouldn't have ponytails.
I saw one of those over the weekend.
Yeah.
It screamed help.
Yes.
I also wanted to brush it. It needed a little detangler.
Yeah.
Especially since all of this was missing.
Who was it, Barry or Elliot?
No,
James.
neither of them. I can't host this person because they're a very nice person, but it's like very long. It's like death metal hair long.
Right.
And I just looked at it and was like, I just wish you'd brush it a little.
Sometimes it's time to grow up. Time to grow up.
Peg, I disagree.
That's one of those things. Time to grow up.
Speaking of time to grow up, did you see that Millie Bobby Brown got married over the weekend?
Who?
Millie Bobby Brown.
Really?
From Stranger Things. She's 20.
Wow.
20 years old. She married Bon Jovi's son, Jake Bon Jovi.
Oh, well, she did okay then.
Who was 22. I just feel like, I think it's so young.
Yeah, that is young now.
In 2024, marriage in your 20, like being just 20. She's not even 21 yet.
Yeah.
Granted, she's lived a lot of life already. She's been acting since she was 7. And the two of them have been dating for years. I just feel like it's so young. Like you haven't even experienced, especially women. I feel like you change so much up until you're like 25, 26. And everybody's on their own time cycle of life for sure. But I feel like there's unless you find someone that's going to grow with you, that there is just, this is why we have so much divorce. I think people rush into the lusty love. And then when it's time to do the hard work, everyone's like, oh no, not for me.
Okay, so how does that explain Ben and J-Lo again?
I don't know what that is.
Have they divorced? Have they left each other? Are they still together? What's going on there?
I don't know, but I'm here with my popcorn just watching it all unfold. I feel like we're all just sitting here quietly.
I'd like to think that if they get divorced, no other guy is going to say, okay, J-Lo, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
There's a line, I'm sure.
There's many suitors, possibly you.
J-Lo, I'm going to be the guy that's going to, you're not. Okay, you're just not.
It's unfortunate, though, that we as a society sit and wait for things to happen to people, and the paparazzi's grossness of watching all of these uncomfortable situations, every marriage, every relationship. And I feel like the first year of marriage is the hardest year of marriage because you're adjusting to each other. Mm-hmm. And it's always a push-pull. I know
but this is the second time for them.
Right. But it's like learning how to deal with each other's crap.
Right.
Like you just really, and unfortunately, they're under a microscope while they're doing this.
And
everybody's got an opinion.
In this age of social media, okay, here she is with Ben. Well, you can go back on social media, and here she is in bed with A-Rod. And, and then before A-Rod, here she is cuddling up with, I don't know who the hell was before A-Rod. I mean,
Mark Anthony.
Diddy.
Back to Mark Anthony.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother situation.
To A-Rod, to Ben.
Apparently Diddy's going to be arrested this week for the murder of Tupac. This is the new one. I'm like, what?
Oh,
what else?
I don't know about that.
No, seriously, this is literally, it was like hot off the presses yesterday. I'm like, really? This story?
No, I can't see that.
I can see that.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's creepy.
He's freaky.
We're all discovering that he's creepy, but I can't see that.
Yeah. Ryan said, I was married at 20, got divorced at 43. I made it 23 years. That's a life together. It really is. Hank's throwing stuff now.
What am I doing? What am I knocking off now?
I just saw something catapult off the desk. It's fine.
I just moved. I don't know what I did. Oh, my God.
Bryce Jenny from the block ain't doing too hot in the men's department. Can't win them all. You know what? You just can't. What's up, Kelly? Thanks for joining us. And Dawn, 34 years. Yeah, you and Ken have been together. You didn't marry, though, until a little bit later. I feel like you did a marriage term and then got married for another marriage term, which I think is awesome.
With 35 in September.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What would you say is like the number one, the glue, like the one thing that you can depart as wisdom for being married this long?
Patience.
Yes. I have none lately.
Patience. Yeah, really. That's what it is. Understand that sometimes you're not going to have a good day, and sometimes your partners are going to have a good day, and you just have to learn to.
Yeah. Right now we're working on that. That is definitely an emerging skill. I wanted to just murder him yesterday just because we got home, we're exhausted. We've been working like crazy people, and one of the kids left the freaking freezer open.
Ouch.
So here, thank God there is not that much stuff in there, but it was like throwing all the vegetable. Like there's one thing that I absolutely hate is wasting things.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so painful to sit there. And my husband's a germaphobe, and nothing is going to get, like, if it was little slightly thawed, that's it, trash. And I'm like, it's fine. Mm-hmm. So here we are throwing peas at each other, screaming at each other in the middle of my kitchen at 10 p.m. last night. It was just not a great place to be.
You didn't get that on video to post it?
No one needs to see that. Like, literally. And he's like, I threw a banana at him.
It should have been a reel.
It was a food fight.
It should have been a reel.
We had a food fight in the kitchen last night. Just an absolute pissing match. And our son came downstairs and he just went right back upstairs.
Oh, there they go again. Let me grab the box of cereal.
Oh my God. I want to know who the freak is doing this with the freezer. It's one of them. It's one of the two of them. And of course, my son's like, I don't know. He had a friend over. Poor CJ just grabbed the melty ice cream and just started eating it. I'm like, thank you, CJ. Thanks, buddy.
Our refrigerator, if you leave the door open, the alarm starts going off.
Well, ours is like 20 years old. We need a new fridge and freezer.
There you go. All right. Probably don't have an alarm.
No, there's no such thing as an alarm. Nothing works right. I'm just not down for new appliances right now. We're building businesses. Mama can't afford the new appliances right now, okay? God almighty. So yeah, now we just don't stock that freezer. That's all. Yep. And I admit it when I'm wrong. That's it. That's all you got to do. She says we have very few fights. Ken was married before. He was my first marriage. June 1st, celebrating 22 years of marriage. Nice job, Jenny. And Mari, yes, I want to hear. What is it? Apparently patience.
Patience, honey. Patience.
Speaking of patience wearing thin, I think a lot of moms, teachers especially, are drained. We're emotionally and physically drained. I saw 6 invisible household tasks that drain moms' time and energy. Staying on top of children's clothes.
Oh yeah.
My children are teenagers, and I got nothing to wear. I can't leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
You are 18 and 16 now. Well, he's not 16 yet, but seriously, it is not my job to make sure that you have clothing on your body. Meal planning. Nothing worse than what is there to eat? What is there to eat? Can we order a pizza? What is there for food? Well, apparently you've been staring at what's going on in the freezer for so long that you just decided to leave the door open because you're sick of what's in there. Keeping track of what household items are needed. That's annoying. Managing school schedules, needs, and communications.
Oh, yeah.
I think Cape Cod Moms did a perfect reel this week just about like us as moms keeping schedules, end of year concerts, activities, get-togethers. We are fried. We don't know whether we're coming or going. I have no idea what's going on in your schedule. Be vocal, teens. And with the little people, they'll be fine if they miss something.
Yeah, they will. They'll survive. I've said to Marian and Mariana, we've got to sit down soon. Mariana has a calendar hanging on the wall in her room. We've got to sit down with our 2 calendars and just start plugging in everything Mariana's going to be doing over the next couple of months.
Yeah.
Because we're going to screw something up.
Exactly.
We're going to Florida. She's going to camp down there, but then she's going to Camp Linden. She's working with you at the farmer's market. She's taking the writing class with Ted Murphy.
Awesome.
She's got a bunch of different stuff going on. And we're going to screw it up if we don't write it down because we can't depend on ourselves to
We
remember
live by
anything.
our Google Calendar. Invite Mariana to do it and have her put in her own schedule. That way she
Yeah.
can keep track of it too.
Yeah.
And that way you've got a family calendar. It's only, I'm like, if it's not in the family calendar, it does not exist. I'm sorry, I cannot manage all of the things.
Yeah.
If you want it and need a ride to it, put it in the family calendar and see
someone
what's in
will
there.
notice. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's the only way it happens.
Lily
Let's
has
have-
her license, right?
No.
I thought she did.
No. Her permit's about to expire. This is how long we haven't had our license for. Kid's not
Wait a
driving.
minute. I thought she finished everything.
No.
Why did I think that?
Oh no. No. She finished the test. Like the written test through driver's ed. Now she's taking her driving hours. You think we're done with those driving hours? We are not. Do you think she's scheduled a driving test, like her lessons? We are lessons away. We're not even ready to book an appointment to try and get the license.
And it takes a while to get an appointment.
It's not happening this summer. She's going to be riding the bus to jobs. That's it.
Lil, come on.
Has no interest. And you know what? If she's not ready, I'm not going to make her get in a vehicle because if she's nervous behind there,
Right.
we've got enough crazy going on in our roadways. We had bikers hit over the weekend.
Yeah.
It is the season of just craziness on our roadways.
Right.
And if that makes her nervous, then I have to just accept that I'm going to give her rides until I die.
No. I mean, my kid brother had no interest, but they lived in Boston. All he had to do was walk to the bottom of the
You could
street,
get around.
and the train was right there.
Yeah.
So he didn't get his license. He didn't need it. Any place he needed to go, he
Yeah.
just took the MBTA.
That's it. I'm going to be giving people rides until the day I depart this earth. It's just what's going to happen. It's fine. I'm giving the J1s rides now because they're afraid to ride their bikes. Comedy ensued on Saturday when we tried to teach Cordy and Tiffany how to ride a bike. Me, Lily's on the ground laughing. I mean, these girls are like just grown adults trying to learn how to ride a 10-speed. It's just not natural.
They didn't ride bikes in Jamaica?
No. Nope. They're afraid of animals, moving vehicles. They don't have their licenses either.
Where did they live in Jamaica? Out in the middle of-
Montego Bay. So
Really?
it's busy. It's just kind of like Boston.
Yeah,
You walk around to get the things you need.
Yep.
You don't really need any form of transportation.
Oh, okay.
Not that we're that far, but also 151 is a scary place to be,
Yes, it
especially
is.
as a new bike rider.
Mhm.
I'm like, nope, I'll just drive you.
Yeah, right. Don't
Not having that on my conscience. I can't live with that.
Yeah, don't
just
walk.
hop in.
Don't walk. Even though they've got new sidewalks there that are very nice, don't walk.
They're not fully there yet. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
close, but we're
Mhm.
not all the way there to get to the commons.
Mhm.
Like even today when I was dropping them off at Stop and Shop this morning and some gentleman, like the light turns green and that's when he decides to start walking across 151. I'm like, what are you doing? And this guy's like 80. I'm like, you know what to do. He in fact was halfway through the street and then was like, oh my God. And then got off the street. I'm like, why are you trying to die at 7 a.m., sir? Don't be walking in the middle of 151.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy. People have death wishes. So there you go. Some moms are stressed out. These are not invisible household tasks.
Mhm.
We are very much aware that these are draining our time and energy, but thank you for that one. Emily, I left your house yesterday, a four-wheeler doing wheelies up the road. Someone came full on, head on at us. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Crazy on the road. No. I hope he lost.
And of course, at the villages, we can't go any more than 20.
The
Oh, we
villages.
We get our,
Your finger waved at you. That's it.
the slow down lady will go.
Well, I had to pick up my son in Pawtucket over the weekend, and they have full-on cameras. It is like, Pawtucket is only 25 miles an hour. The whole town is basically.
Yeah.
And so now they've got giant cameras. Like if you go over 20 miles an hour, you are getting a ticket. I've never seen it like this before anywhere else in the world. We know where the little traffic cams are. Big Brother has long since been a situation over in Europe. And if you go a certain mile over the speed limit, you'll just get a ticket. They'll just fire it off to you. But this is the first time I've ever seen it in the United States. And it's right there in Pawtucket,
Yeah.
right by all of the schools.
Mhm.
Giant cameras, not even little ones, big ones.
yeah.
Like you will get a ticket if you go over 20 miles an hour here.
We are watching you.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then we ended up at Wright's on Sunday.
You went to Rice?
I did.
Yes.
It was delicious.
Yes.
I got my chicken fix.
Yes.
Yesterday, my husband was like, my rings are all swollen. I was like, well, the chicken. If you've never been to Wright's Chicken Farm in Boroville, Rhode Island, I am telling you, this is an experience like no other.
Yep.
It's chicken, it's salad, it's pasta, it's fries, it's the whole meal. It's like $17 per person or whatever it is, $18.
Yep.
All you can eat. We didn't even get through the first round, me and the two boys.
Yeah.
Like that was enough. Like we got leftovers.
Really?
I think that was the first time I've ever taken leftovers from Wright's.
Wow.
Because it was magical. It was delicious, and I loved it. So,
and that's all they do. They do chicken. If you don't like chicken, you can get a steak.
Right.
But that's it. And it's a huge restaurant.
But honestly, the three of us ate till we were disgustingly full with leftovers for $60.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get that anywhere.
No.
Prices over the weekend, looking at eating out. Good God.
Mm-hmm.
Absurd.
Right. We went out twice yesterday because we were out and about and working. First time we went to DJ's, and well, we know someone at DJ's.
Love their
so
wings.
We were all set there. But then we went to the Commons to one of the restaurants there, and just got a pizza and a salad and a drink or two, and it was still
$100.
It was what? Yeah,
$100.
yeah. I mean, not that we don't mind paying it, and it was good, and we had a nice time, and all of that, but.
I don't know how people are living. I'm just curious. How is people living? Because we're not doing it well over here.
You have to look at. You have to look at the profit margin of the supermarket chains, and you'll see what's going on. I mean, the profit margins of the supermarket chains are 20 and 23%.
Oh, Thomas joining us from Lake George Bike Week. Enjoy that. I don't think I've ever been to Lake George's Bike Week.
I didn't know Lake George had a bike week.
Well, now you do.
Okay.
And that's where Thomas is. Butt scratcher yourself. Patrice, thank you for joining us. And Jackie, day by day. That's how we're getting through. Good morning, Virginia. Bold Cape Cod. I'm looking forward to a new episode. Mm-hmm. Bravo for you for getting that podcast out. Looking forward to more. We want more, Virginia.
Yes. And is there a Santa Claus, Virginia?
Poor Virginia. It's not the first time she's heard that, I'm sure.
I'm sure. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. It just popped into my head and whatever.
So there's a new dating term out there. We've all heard of ghosting.
Right.
But now there's zombieing.
Which is what?
And I think one of my girlfriends was privy to that, where they kind of ghost you, but then all of a sudden they'll just pop back up a month or two later and be like, hey, girl, what's up?
Remember me?
Well, it's probably like, oh, I started talking to somebody else and it got a little closer than we thought. No, that didn't work out. So now I'm back.
I'm coming back to you.
Hey, the zombieing effect that
oh my gosh.
One of my girlfriends is like, why am I dating? Why am I doing this?
I couldn't do it. I honestly couldn't do it if I had to these days. I just couldn't.
It's to the point of absolute comedy for one of my friends, and I'm not going to mention her name, but there was one that like this guy was just like super aggressive to her. And then this weekend, some guy was like all up in her business and that he's unhoused. I said, I think he just wants a place to stay.
He's just looking for a place to stay. That's yeah. I'd say that's what's going on.
I can't imagine being single in 2024. If you're out there and you're looking for a body, anybody, I apologize. There's a lot to unpack.
Right.
In this situation that is just living life at this day and age, at this stage.
And how do you safely meet people? At least back in our day, you oftentimes met friends of a friend, and the friend would kind of make sure whatever. These days you go online, there's no filter there.
No,
there's no friend in the middle saying,
well, there's fake people.
Oh yeah,
people like with the dawning of the AI. I just was reading an article that new college graduates set to lose their jobs. 8 in 10 companies plan to lay off recent college grads in 2024 and replace them with AI. Mm-hmm. We're replacing people left and right with AI, but you don't even know the catfishes that lurk on the interwebs. The amount of emails that I got with our brand new farmers market of just crazy out there. I don't know whether people fish on new websites or new email addresses. I know 2 or 3 friends that have elderly parents that have been scammed fairly recently out of little bits of money. And honestly, they're just lonely and they're looking for a connection, and they're being met with fake people lying, scammers, cheaters. It's very disturbing out there.
Oh yeah, I see some of the Luminadio messages, and I'm like, what?
That's, you are a psycho.
It's
Blocked.
crazy.
Blocked.
Right, but
No
they always
more.
get a nice message back. Thank you so much for getting in touch. Thank you for your interest. We'll be back whatever you write. And it's a very nice response, but I'm like, oh no,
We don't need you.
we don't need you. We're not going to talk to you again.
You can come to our farmers market and meet people. I think it's just a nice place to come and meet people, low pressure. There's picnic tables. There's
Okay.
picnic tables in
Would
the
you
woods.
ever do one of your dating things at the farmer's market?
Maybe farmers market meet cute. I'll see you in the vegetables. I don't know.
Oh, we could. No. We're not gonna
Crazier
go
things
there.
have happened. It's out. It's public. It's a fun space.
don't
Low
they-
pressure.
Don't they say that one of the places to meet people for guys to meet women is at the grocery store?
Yeah.
Or in the vegetable section in
Right.
particular, because we're looking for stuff and we don't know what it is, and
Yeah. You
And-
two can
and
bond
whatever.
over tomatoes.
right.
Come on down. Squeeze some melons. I don't know, Hank.
I don't know either. I knew you were going to say that. I knew that was coming.
Jackie says I need zucchini.
Oh, jeez. At least she didn't say eggplant.
Oh, what was that, Hank?
Nothing. Nothing. Oh my goodness.
I'm just gonna let that simmer for a little. We've got a vegetable for you. Come on down to the Mashpee Farmers
Yes.
Market
Yes, we do.
every Sunday.
Nice vegetables and nice food and nice people.
That's it.
Cool music and all of that stuff.
July 4th is rapidly approaching already, and I know we're not even into June, but we're this summer's gonna blink the minute the kids get out of school, and it's gonna be over. I saw that Kobayashi is retiring. The king of the Nathan's hot dog eating competition will not be competing any longer. Apparently, he's citing health concerns.
I don't know. Stuffing all those hot dogs down your throat? I don't know.
I know we've talked about it before, but I find competitive eating wretched. I don't know
Yes.
what it is.
Yeah.
It so grosses me out when people like dip the stuff in water and just rifle it down
Stuff
like
it
a
in there.
pelican.
Yeah,
It's just really, truly upsetting.
yeah. I couldn't do it.
I can't. Competitive eating upsets me so much.
Right. And they have championship belts and they get to go on the Tonight Show and they're real champions of something.
Somebody's going to have to step it up. Joey Chestnut, you're in the running now. Kobayashi is retiring. You're
Right.
good to go.
Yep.
Speaking of retiring, I saw Springsteen's having some vocal issues.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's canceling concerts left
Uh-huh.
and right. People are excited to see Brucey.
Right.
Brucey's got to rest that already raspy voice.
He's been touring for a long time.
Mhm.
I mean, this latest round has been going on for almost a year.
Yeah.
And he's no kid, boys and girls.
You must just find that joyful. I
Right.
can't imagine that you would need the funds or the money for
Oh, gosh,
anything
I
like
hope
that. I think he
He
just
sent his
must-
daughter to Boston College. He apparently doesn't need the money.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And she's an equestrian.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, right. Tuition to Boston College isn't cheap, and having a daughter who's an equestrian ain't cheap either.
Well, Springsteen doesn't live on our level, Hank. He doesn't need to worry about that.
Oh no. But he received some kind of award over in England. And Paul McCartney gave it to him and said, he's a darling little boy.
Oh, Paul.
Right. Sir Paul, who's 81, I think.
He's magical.
And he looks great. I mean,
Mhm.
he looks great. Hasn't had any work done.
Probably one of the best concerts Cliff and I have ever attended
Yes.
because the man just doesn't stop.
No.
He just walked from the piano, like took off his coat. He's like, the wardrobe change, and then went off to another song. And I'm like, this guy is a machine.
Mhm. We saw him in Foxborough. God, I don't know how many years ago. And we stood the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, we were up in the nosebleed section, kind of towards the back of the stadium. Oh yeah, he just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes.
Mhm. Yeah, I saw him at Fenway. It was pretty fantastic. It was very enjoyable. Good morning, Noreen. Thank you all so much. Hashtag struggle bus. Yep, that's where I live, Emily. You know it too. Thank you all for joining us today. We've had so much fun, and I can't believe we've yapped for already an hour. It's always a good time when you're hanging out with Hank and I on a Tuesday, and we get to talk about all kinds of crazy stuff going on during the week.
Mhm.
We have got a full lineup for you. We've got a brand new trivia that is rolling out at the Whalers Tavern in New Bedford. Sandy's got her first trivia tomorrow night.
Very
So
good.
she's been working really hard in training, and I know it's going to be a really good time. So if you want to go check out the Whalers Tavern, a very cool bar. And their food is fantastic. We love our friends over at the Kalahag Republic, which have signed up to do every single Mashpee Farmers Market. Their Bloody Mary mix is off the chart delicious.
Yes.
Their margarita mix is just phenomenal, low acid, super yummy. And their chowders and chilies are now, you can find them in the grocery store near you. And if you don't see them, ask for them. And you can come and buy their products at our farmers market every single Sunday this summer. And they'll have more fun things for you to eat as their food truck is in repair right now.
That's great.
Yeah, I love all of the people that have been coming out and supporting this, and it's just going to grow this summer. So if you're looking for live entertainment, entertainers out there, Bryce, I saw you. Let's get you on the schedule. We've got some new faces that are going to be coming out. We've got Pet Day and Kids Day and all kinds of fun entertainment. If you're looking for something to do, we've got it for you. Events on Cape Cod is our new Facebook group. We have grown to over 600 followers, and we're not even actively soliciting that.
Mhm.
So that's just organically growing. And this is a space where you can share anything that's going on, any event at any place on the Cape. And we're just welcoming you to share it with us because we're looking for new things to do all the time. Eventsoncape.com is our website, and you can find out our full listing of things. Hank, we're so happy to have you back on the air.
I'm happy to be back on the air.
We've had a little snafu going on with lemonadio.com. Not that you would notice it because it's in the cloud. That's where it lived.
Right.
But we had one of our servers blow up on the inside, and we haven't been able to access.
Right. So you kept hearing the music. You didn't hear anything else. But
That's
you heard
it.
the music.
We're there. So
Right.
you've got new shows this
We
week.
got new shows this week. I'm focusing on, since it's getting to be the end of the school year, we're talking about vacation this week.
Mhm.
Today, we're going to talk about the on-time arrival records of major airlines.
Oh.
I've got the list.
Who's got the best record?
I can't say. You got to listen starting at noon.
All right, I definitely will. I'll be checking out Lunch Break with Hank. Have a great day, everybody. I hope your week flies by and you're doing something amazing that you love. And as always, if you're interested in coming on the air with us or talking to us about something that's going on, this is a true community space for you. So you can shoot us an email, info@lemonadio.com, and we'll get back to you and get you on the schedule because we want to hear about it. All right, have a great day, everybody.
Bye, folks. See you soon.
Bye. I'm off to Boston today, going to a farmer's. Hi. The eggplant. You had to go with the eggplant.
I said it quietly.